It's good, y'all. It's your boy Aaqil Ali tuning in, checking in, man. Just wanted to talk to y'all briefly. Um, my Facebook has evolved a little bit, in a good way. See, I read a lot. A lot of people, they look to me for advice. Um, you know, I don't think that people look to me advice because they think that I know everything. I think that people look to me for advice because they know I'm gonna give them my honest opinion. I'm not gonna cheat you. I'm gonna definitely give you my honest opinion, whether you like it or not. Because I really feel like what I'm gonna tell you is gonna be from the heart, and I think that even if you might not like what I tell you, the way it's gonna turn into fruition, you're gonna have to respect it. So I can take a little controversy where someone's a little upset at first, but then it's like once people have time to themselves and they start thinking, then they'll understand exactly where I'm coming from. I think people respect that. I want to say thank you to all the love. I know I always, do my thank you videos, but I mean, it's always new people, joining, following, coming on the page. So, I mean, every week I'm going to say thank you because I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like genuinely, not the little typical, thanks everybody, showing love and sharing my videos. Like, nah, it's deeper than that. Like it's a whole nother realm. Like it's more like, I don't know. See, like the mindset that I have a very humble mindset. I come off as arrogant to some because I'm a very confident individual, but I'm very humble. I'm very emotional, meaning I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't really try to mask anything. I'll cry. I'll do. I live free. You know what I mean? I understand that nobody can judge me, and I live for the Most High. So at the end of the day, I'm very in tune with who I am as a person. I'm a compassionate, loving man. So I have no problem with admitting that. But so I just want to say thank you. I love y'all. And it's just more because of the understanding. There's a lot of people that used to be on my statuses arguing with me, calling me out my name, and they've inboxed me and apologized because they went and did the research. See, all I'm here for, I'm just like a line leader or something. I'm like the guy who, you remember that kid when you grew up and you played a sport and he always tried to do stuff, but he did things right, but people always looked at him like, yo, why is he always doing something? Like, why is he always, like, why he gotta be the leader? And then people kind of evolve from that into, yo, I'm about to start following him because what he's doing is working for him. Like, what he's doing is working. So it's like he's leading by example. So once people get rid of the ignorance and people open up their minds, then everything starts to become very simplistic. Trust me, before I even started to search for myself, I was very ignorant to when people were sitting me down. 5%ers, the people really breaking stuff down to me. And then they just started just asking me simple questions. They started giving me simple stuff to read. To whereas, like, I'm not solely going by what they're telling me. I'm looking this stuff up for myself. I'm looking up the history of religion. I'm finding out why it was created, who created it, when it was created. You know what I mean? I'm finding out the languages. I'm finding out, you know what I mean, like, why was America even created? I understand all of this stuff. I see a lot of people, and I want to really make a quick point. I use the term white and black very loosely. Why? Because, see, in America, white and black was created for separation. It's a corporate term. See, people think that when I talk about white people and I say white devils, and they think that I'm talking about color. No. I have too many European friends, Italian, German, wherever they come from. They all have love in their heart, so I identify with them. It's not about color. You know what I mean? It's, in certain instances, it is depending on the person and how they think. If they're raised to be racist, etc., etc. So certain situations, it becomes about color. And we very loosely use the term white because of the color. Europeans that we call white, they're not white. They're German, Italian, Romanian, whatever. You know what I mean? And then if you talk about black, you're thinking about, Jamaican, Haitian, Trinidadian, everything under the spectrum. But everything in earth, everything in life comes from the black color spectrum. In the black color spectrum, you get the whole rainbow. You understand? This is why two black people as dark as midnight could have an albino with blue eyes and blonde hair. You could take the recessive from the dominant, but you can't take the dominant from the recessive. That's why two white people can't have a black baby unless they have black in their family, and they can skip a generation. It can happen because black is that strong. Black is that strong. But that's the color black. Now, when you talk about black and white in the corporate in the corporate terms, it's for race. Now, race was created specifically in America for competition. This is why everybody's in such competition and everything. You understand? This is why we go to the Olympics. All of that creates separation. Because at the end of the day, when a certain race specifically wins over and over and over again, they start to be looked at as a superior. And then when we brag about it, people kind of are rubbed the wrong way. Like I brag about athletics all the time. People get upset, but at the end of the day, I mean, who's the greatest basketball player ever? Arguably, Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain. Who's the greatest baseball player ever? Some people say Willie Mays, Josh Gibson, you know, certain people. Who's the greatest football player ever? There's an argument. Some people, it depends on who you speak to. Who's the greatest tennis? Serena Williams, Arthur Ashe. I mean, you could just go on and on. Tennis. I mean, golf, Tiger Woods. I mean, basketball. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like soccer, Pele. I mean, so it creates separation though. Do I pride myself off that? I mean, from what I know and the history that I know, yes. I'm not surprised by any of it because I understand where we derive from. But that's what this country is. It creates separation, and it creates a lot of separation amongst people. So when you hear me use the term white, I'm speaking about the corporate term, the white privilege, white supremacy, not the color of somebody's skin. There are predominantly European Jews, certain people who fit, you know, like the color code that fall under the color white. But I'm smart enough to know that all white people, quote unquote, in the corporate term, if we're talking about, if we're including it with race, aren't evil. I was adopted by an Italian family that took great care of me. You understand? So, and I have a lot of friends. I mean, look at my Facebook. You know, we speak. I got white friends who I call queen. Why? Because they understand the culture. Like they really understand the culture. Like they're not like a facade. Like they understand the true power. They're not stupid. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that tell you that Jesus ain't coming back to save you. I mean, a lot of people can't swallow that. But, I mean, that's for them to research. If you still think some invisible man is going to come back and save you, I mean, you'll be waiting on your knees forever. But anyway, you save yourself in the image of the Most High. Give you power, give you logic. But I'm not going to get into that. But, so, yeah, so I made myself clear. When I speak about white and black, I'm talking about the corporate terms black. There's money in being black. Now, what I mean by being black is the stereotype. Right? Black is a stereotype. So what do we stereotype for? Rap music. It's always like in the negative aspect. A lot of people feed into that aspect. A lot of people take that aspect to the next level. This is why you got married men who have families who are so quote unquote righteous, but then they're still rapping about killing people. Why? Because they're making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother you when you hear like Jim Jones. Now I'm not even gonna use Jim Jones, or like a dude like Busta Rhymes. Or LL, or anybody who's married, and then you hear him talking about hoes and cocaine, and these dudes like 40 years old. It's like, you still doing that? Or you just can't talk about nothing else? It's like going against who they are. But why are they doing that? For money. Do you understand? So, you got to understand, there's black people, quote unquote, or melanin people, who you can consider white. They act white, talking about the corporate term white, arrogant, you know, they have power, the supremacy, they act arrogant, they act white, they want to move in white areas, and they think they're better than the melanated people or the black people in the corporate term. So at the end of the day, you might as well just incorporate them with them, because whoever you grow up around or whoever you are surrounded by is who's going to influence you. This is why you can grow up, a Caucasian can grow up in the hood and be like, yo, what's good, my nigga? What's popping? Word up. You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da. And you look at him like, yo, he's white, but he grew up around like black people in this country. So, and no different than when you go to Buffalo or you go to one of those little predominantly white privileged areas And you meet a black dude and he won't know no history of who he is. And he's like, yeah, like, yeah, dude, like, you know, like, let's go get a beer. Let's go get a brewski. And you're looking at him like, yo, like, what the? Yeah, he's white. He's white. Not in color. In a corporate term. He doesn't even know who he is. He doesn't know not one African king. All he knows is what they told him. He's probably going to be Mormon or something. Mormon or whatever. Mormon. And they have so many denominations. This shit is Presbyterian. This shit is ridiculous. Like, I can't believe people follow this shit. Like, this shit is ridiculous. But that's my opinion. No knock on the people who's watching it, but it's my opinion. You understand? People got to understand. It's all fair game, right? And what I mean by that is, like, there are people who don't like the fact that I speak so openly about Jesus. And they get upset about it. I get upset when I see Africans and blacks worshiping Jesus. It upsets me because I know what I know. And I know they don't, because if they did, they would have been through Christianity out the window long time ago. Long time ago. You know how many people why do you think so many people, once they find out the truth and they go back and find out history, they leave Christianity? Like, it's straight up, like, it's a no-brainer for them. I know people whose fathers are priests, people whose fathers are in the church, and they're like, you know what? I'm stuck in between because I grew up this way. This is my tradition. I'm so confused. You're not confused. You're becoming conscious. You're seeing it for what it is, and you want to break out that. You want to break out of that. You know what I'm saying? But those people that make you feel bad about yourself, they're going to look down on you. They're going to tell you you're going to go to hell. They're going to manipulate you. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do, because that's what followers are. You understand? It's like a cult. You dig? It's a cult. Followers. Religion is a practice. All this shit is like a cult. Now, the gray area is the people who go to church just to go to be around good people to worship the Most High. Or I don't like to really say Christians, because a lot of people are Christians. It's good Christians. I mean, a person is a person. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to make fun of nobody. It's just when you denote or denominate yourself that's what you're going to be called. See, me, I have no religion. I will never follow religion, because religion is a practice. What am I practicing? I work on myself. I work on my physical extremities, my mental extremities. I clear that third eye, that pineal gland. You understand? You got to understand etymology. You got to read the Bible properly. And once you read the Bible properly, you're going to understand the good things in it and the tainted things in it. And understand that they use that book for social control and social reform. You know how many people are scared to death when you mention the term hell? That's how they really be getting people, especially the Catholics. They get you, you're going to burn in hell. Oh, you don't do this? You're going to burn in hell. Oh, little boy, you don't let me touch you? You're going to burn in hell. And then people be really scared and shit. Like, they bugged out because they use death as a weapon. And then they got everybody confused. I mean, you got to think about it. We're not from here. They brought us here, whooped us, beat us, killed the mother, killed the father, raised the empty vessel by himself, and told them that they saved him. So he grows up a certain way. He grows up worshiping them more. He doesn't recognize what's going on. He doesn't know he's a slave. It's mental. See, these people back then were dealing with science. And this is the reason why black people and African people are stagnated. Like, we see what's going on. Like, we know there's something fishy going on. We see the inequality of what's going on. We see the killing, we see the death, but it's like people are still stuck because they've been mentally conditioned from young. Their parents been mentally conditioned. My mom and them were mentally conditioned. My mom's parents were mentally conditioned. So what these people did was create false traditions that we follow. This is why so many down south people are Baptist and Christian, because when they come, they were slaves. They were the main slaves. Look at what they eat. When you look at Asians and what they eat, it's always like the healthy. I mean, not the Asians as far as like the regular mom and pop Chinese store. I'm talking about they eat rice and vegetables, and they eat all the exotic stuff. They can get a little crazy with it, some of them. There's an exception. There's always an abnormality in every culture, but they're very healthy people for a certain extent. If you go over there and you understand how they are over there, they live to be long because they eat properly. You never see them obese. Only some of them, the sumo wrestlers and some of them, but for the most part, they're very petite. When you think about the food that we adopted, that we call soul food, fried chicken, pork, hog, mog, beef, like we get all the heart disease and all the shit that kills you. That's what we pride ourselves off of. You go to Harlem, you go to Brooklyn, you go to a soul food restaurant, that's what we call our food. That's not our food. That's the food that we turned into gold. What we had to work with, what them beasts gave us to work with. And of course, because we're melanated, brilliant people, we found out how to make that chicken taste good. You found out how to make them chitlins taste like heaven. You found out how to make that macaroni and cheese and that potato salad. But that's not where we come from. You got to understand, America is not where we're from. So anything that is here is adopted and was forced on us. So your whole way of living, your whole way of thinking, because you've been taught by the enemy, you understand? The curriculum, they've been lying about everything. Europeans are liars. Not all of them, but the ones who are in control, the white privilege, are liars. They lie about everything. They steal our music. They change our paintings. They steal our history. They done brainwash you to stay away from your ancestors. You understand? We talked to our ancestors through spirituality before we became religious or Christian. Come on, man, we're powerful over there. And they knew that. So after they came in there with that liquor, with them guns, with that Bible and their religion, they just divided and ruled, man, and confused the masses and brought them over here. And now we're speaking English. And now my name is Lowell Robinson, but I'm a black man, African man, melanated man. That's why I denounce that name. I use that name when I go to work, when I go to job interviews and stuff. My name is Lowell Robinson because they won't give me a job if I write Aaqil Ali. You see what I'm saying? You see how crooked this world is? I had to cut my hair to get a new job, to build another better foundation for myself. So it's just like, this goes against everything that I believe in. But I got to maneuver in the matrix to get out. You understand? The Most High said, be of the world, don't be in the world. Meaning, you got to live here amongst the zombies, the conscious, whatever you want to call them. But at the end of the day, you still got to maneuver through it. And this is the reason why I tell people become conscious. Not conscious of conspiracy theories, conscious of yourself. Because when you're insecure and you have low self-esteem, you're vulnerable out here. People can feel that energy. You understand? And this is why you have so many manipulators, womanizers, so many people getting over on people because they're weak to a certain extent. They're not working on themselves. They either worshiping some other deity outside of self, anti-self, Christian, anti-T, which is anti-self, means you don't work on this. You just leave everything in the hands of an invisible man. If things go good, you say it's God. If things go bad, you say it's the devil. It's funny because you'll see a Christian person go to church and they'll put so much money in that collection plate and their lights will go off. And then they'll go and ask for help. You want to know what people are going to give you? They ain't going to give you no money. They're going to say, don't worry, baby. Jesus is going to take your burden and he's going to fix it. And don't worry. And then it's like they always got like answer for everything, right? So like when things don't go your way, it's just like, don't worry, babe. The God works in mysterious ways. And then it makes you feel good for a moment. But you're still going home to no lights. And then you look at T.D. Jakes and them, and they got Benzes, Beamers. They living good. I wouldn't even be surprised if T.D. Jakes was on his way to church right now listening to Try Me. Like, these people are crazy. And you follow these people. And you get mad at me for trying to wake you up. Why are you mad at me for trying to unleash you from these chains that are wrapped around your brain? Listen, don't take it from me. I'm not trying to persuade you with a quote, persuade you with a meme. I want you to research yourself. The stuff that I present is stuff that you can look up and find out if it's true or false. Stop being lazy. I know you're lazy because you're reading my stuff, you're watching my stuff, and you're still following that bullshit. Once you really dig into the nitty-gritty and find out what you need to find out, your whole life going to change. You're going to see things in the perspective that you're supposed to see because you're a thinker, not a follower. People who follow blind submission are blind followers. There's wool over their face. They just follow him. He gonna come save me. He gonna come save. But niggas like people like me are looking like, I know what it is. I'm gonna save myself. I'm powerful. You understand? I'm powerful. He gave me logic. He gave me to think, intuition, karma. He gave me a temple. He gave me a brain with electricity. These are my antennas, baby. I'm learning, baby. Powerful, man. Nobody can stop you when your energy is that strong. So I just want to say, I know I kind of ran a little bit, but I'm feeling good today. So I want to say I love y'all. I appreciate the support. Research for self, build yourself, and love yourself. And give all praises to the Most High, the universe. Understand it, learn it. Love y'all. Take care.